Hello. Hey Jill. Hey lab accident. Oh, sorry. I'm super tired today. I don't know why. I had a good night of sleep, but hey Barbara. Hi. I hope my English won't be too mushy because of that. I also have a coffee, which should help. You guys ever realized how drinking coffee doesn't really make you more awake? It's like you feel tired, but you have energy to do stuff, which is kind of weird. Hey Fairy Dust, hi. Hey Sunny Day. Hello guys. I'm so sleepy. Jill says, having a sleepy day too, watching from my bed, wearing my coziest bathrobe. Oh, that sounds great. That sounds super comfy. I have a Red Bull. Same idea as the coffee. Hey, Alina, hi. Hey, Phoebe. Honestly, coffee mostly just makes me need to pee. Yeah, Fairy Dust, you're entirely right. It's a good stimulator either to visit the bathroom regardless of your needs, you know. Hey Marla, we had snow this morning, but it's all melted now. Oh, good. Can you imagine? Snow. Oh no. Lab Accident says, I have soup with gluten-free pasta because I'm mildly sensitive to gluten and eating too much makes me miserable. Oh no. I'm so sorry about that. That really blows. Though, it's a good time to be... Well, it's a better time, I'll just say that, to be sensitive to gluten because there are so many options now. Jill says, I've had 2 cups of coffee. I've given up. 2 cups. Ouch. Hey, Melissa. Oh, I'm glad you found the chat, Barbara. I feel like I always say your name weird. Phoebe says, coffee gives me indigestion. I prefer to have tea. I usually have tea. Yeah, like 90% of the time I have tea, but when I feel really, really tired, that's when I have a coffee. It tends to give me stomach aches. So I try to limit my exposure to coffee, but I don't limit my exposure to tea. I always start my day with a tea. I miss coffee so much, the Kranz hates it. Oh, that's a bummer, though. It's the thing, like... always makes me laugh a bit when I talk to people and they're like, oh, I could never give up cheese, and I'm always like, wait until it causes you awful pain, maybe then you'll be able to give it up. It's like, you know, no one really enjoys pain that much, so if my options are awful pain or a bit of cheese, I don't need it, I'm good. So I think maybe it's a bit of the same with Crohn's. The fact that something makes you feel awful kind of takes away the fun of it a bit. Gluten is one of the only thing I can eat. I love gluten. I feel so bad for people who are gluten sensitive because I love all the bread. I'm like, bread. I tried. Like, I tried a while to go gluten-free to see if it would, help in any way. And it only made me feel worse. So now I don't even try. I try to diversify a bit, like not always eat wheat. But, dude, bread is good. Lab Accident says, my dad has gluten issues, so it's not all that surprising that I do too. I seem to just generally take after that side of the family with dietary issues. Ugh. Well, taking after any side when it comes to dietary issues is just... no one wins. Take all my bread, conveniently. I work at a sushi restaurant and get dinner every night, so I can be mostly gluten-free. That's really awesome. Sushi without tempura is a really good gluten-free meal. Hey, Susan! Takes all of the bread. Can we share? Can we share? Fairy Dust says, I do love my large mocha with extra espresso. Whoa! But I suspect the vast amounts of sugar involved might help. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Sushis are good. Well, sushi. I don't think you're supposed to pluralize it. Marla says, someone shared a story where a neighbor traded flour for fudge. They met in a parking lot in their cars with masks on. I could see some masked cats bartering flour. They would have to barter kibble. Oh no. The bread aisle is torture. I mean, is there anything... Well, you might say no, but there's not much to me that is more enticing than the smell of fresh bread. Oh, man. Bread. Phoebe says, I heard someone was able to get a gaming device in exchange for a couple rolls of toilet paper. What a wild time. Yeah, that's a bit too much. People need to chill. Like, there was a story too about people who were, I guess, out of toilet paper. So they started shredding old t-shirts to use as toilet paper, but they flushed it and it ended up clogging all the sewer system. I think it's in possibly Florida. And I'm like, the idea of using old t-shirts is, not bad, but don't flush it. What the heck? There's a garbage bin. Anyway. Yes, regarding dietary restrictions, it sucked to have to change my habits, but like, there's some really good vegan ice cream around, and honestly, that's all that matters. I completely agree. And even, it's gotten to a point where even the stuff that I used to really, really love in the dairy aisle, just the smell kind of upsets me now. Not in a way that I'm like, oh, I miss it, in a way that I find it gross. Like, I used to really, really enjoy yogurt, plain yogurt, and now whenever I smell something yogurty, I'm like, ugh, get it away from me. Cheese, sometimes I smell cheese, and I'm like, it still smells good, And I have to remind myself that if I were to eat just a tiny bit of it, it would really cause a lot of problems, and I'm like, yeah, it's not worth it, but it still smells good. Oh no! Lab Accident says, I was the one who incidentally was allergic to chocolate first. No! I grew out of it, but my dad ended up getting migraines from chocolate later on. No! It's Florida. Oh no, it's like everything I hear lately that's kind of awful comes from Florida. And it's weird because I'm Canadian, so the only thing I know about Florida is when I went to Disneyland, Disney World, whatever, the Disney park that's in Florida, when I was a kid, when I was like, I went once when I was 5, so very few memories of that, and I went again when I was like 12. So Yeah, that's kind of the only thing that I know of Florida. And everything I learned subsequently now as an adult, I'm like, what a weird place. Elise, hi. Anyone want to take away my allergy to cucumbers? Oh no, cucumbers are good. Florida man. I tried watching Tiger King and I couldn't. I think part of it is set in Florida as well, so. But man, I'm a big fan of bread. Marla says we made banana bread last night in our bread maker. Oh, yum. I love banana bread too. Incidentally, my favorite recipe for banana bread is vegan without trying, you know. I was not looking for a vegan recipe. But yeah, it's amazing. Hey Elena, hi. No, the Tiger King thing is difficult to watch for many reasons. What are we drinking today? Coffee. You know, the Moose coffee, the Dalgona coffee. Because I am tired. that should give me like a boost of energy. It's a nice drink to phase into summer too, since it's mostly cold. I guess one could have it warm, but I don't have a microwave and I'm too lazy to warm up some milk on the stove. So it's cool milk and coffee thingy on top. Okay, I need supplies. I'm pretty excited because I was able to get into kind of a I don't know what it probably has a word. I can't think of it right now, but it's, you know, it's a service where they deliver food to your place, but it's from the perspective of having a farmer's market kind of box. Like it's locally grown produce that's in season, and you get it, and then whenever you either there's a drop-off point where you can pick up your box or they deliver it to your home. And yeah, I had looked into this one a couple of years ago and I was like, it was a bit difficult because they wanted me to pay for the whole year, you know. And it's not only is it a big amount of money all at once, but it's also a bit difficult to commit to it if it's something you've never tried before. So, yeah, but they've changed their system and now you can sort of do your grocery on there, and they have like some amazing stuff. Like they have smoked paprika burger buns. And I'm like, I'm super excited for it. Udon. The extent of my gluten consumption lately has been udon noodle, ramen noodle, bits of tempura, and a few too many onion rolls the other day when I didn't feel like cooking. Oh no. I wonder who watched The Tiger King. It doesn't look very appealing. A lot of people seems to have watched it because it's kind of been making the rounds, but it's really difficult to watch. Hey Nicole, hi. Barbara says, I have a major caffeine problem now. If I don't drink a certain amount in the morning, my head hurts. It helps with my pain so much though. Oh, really? So you cannot have coffee itself, but you need to find other sources of caffeine. Hey Dan! Yeah guys, I don't recommend watching... Yeah, smoked paprika buns. I don't recommend watching Tiger King, especially if you love big cats, because it's kind of difficult to watch at times. Hey Susan, hi. Did I say hi? Hi. Okay. Yeah, sounds like a lot of people loved it. But it's really not my kind of thing, and we watched the first episode to see what it was about, but I don't think I'll be able to watch the rest of it. It makes me angry and made me cry. And it just made me angry too. Hey, Ellen, hi. How is everyone today, by the way? Oh, hey, Fairy Dust. Fairy Dust says, I've got a really good vegan brownie type recipe. Super practical for potlucks with a friend group with one egg allergy and one milk protein allergy. I think that's my problem, I think, with milk, too, the protein stuff. And I feel like there are more and more people who kind of crop up with that, and I'm like, what's going on with this? Because, like, butter is okay. Butter has no proteins in it, it's just fat. But cheese and cream and milk are the absolute nightmare. Oh, and an almond flour-based cake that uses eggs and butter but no gluten plus low sugar equals my diabetic and gluten intolerant. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it's been an odd meh kind of day. Like I slept well, but I'm super tired. Oh no, for real. Ellen says John Oliver did a bit on Joe years ago when Joe was running for president, very unsuccessfully. And from what I saw back then, I don't need to watch Tiger King. Yeah, don't. Seriously. I think it might be a protein problem because my mother... cheese actually has a lot of protein in it. Butter has none. Marla says, yeah, everything happening in Tiger King is a train wreck. And it's really sad how they only want the young tigers that they can make money of. That's gross for first thing. It just breaks my heart. Nicole says, I got 3 new Da Vinci watercolor tube to play with today. Oh, what are those? What are they? Let's get into the paint stuff rather than the super sad tiger things. If you want to watch really fun, wholesome tiger content, I would recommend checking Big Cat Derek. He has a YouTube channel and he works at, I think it's called Care Rescue in Texas, maybe? And it's really, really nice. It's a big cat kind of rescue place. And they have like big enclosures and they take good care of them. And it's not embroiled in all the drama that you would have with Big Cat Rescue. So yeah. Tiger King is about this dude who calls himself Joe Exotic, who has a tiger zoo. And he's kind of a controversial figure because of the way he breeds and cares for the animals. And there's been a lot of drama between him and the lady that's behind the Big Cat Rescue. Like, they hate each other and they're very confrontational about it. Hey, Amisha, hi! What's ESO? Nicole says that she got Queen Gold, Alizarin Crimson, and Leaf Green. Ooh, sounds nice. What is the Vicar of Dibley, then? Yeah, it is terrible. And it's kind of it's nightmarish, I would say. Because I don't know, I don't think it's quite not the most decent joke ever, and not the most decent comment ever, but we were watching Tiger King, and at some point we kind of noticed that every single person they talk to is missing something in a way, whether it's teeth, limbs, both. We were like, good grief, what is going on here? And yeah, I think for the most case the limbs missing are because they were snapped by tigers. Which is what tigers do. I mean, anyway. Yeah, the dude has so many tigers, it's kind of awkward how we can keep them all and care for them. Plus, there seems to be kind of a fair amount of inbreeding in there. Don't quote me on that, but when you get a feline that is uncharacteristically white, like when you have a white serval or a white tiger, I think it is because there's been some inbreeding in there. I don't think it's a normal occurrence, whatever. So, yeah, that's that. It's not cute, not a cute look. It should be completely illegal, but yeah, there are in the states that are the least strict about that kind of stuff. So, The Vicar of Dibley is a British sitcom from the 90s when for the first time ever female vicars were allowed. Oh no. Yeah, and oh, good grief. Super strong coffee mousse thing. Okay, that's enough. Yeah. But I mean, it's I have no idea about the inbreeding, but I know they seem to have more health issues than usual. I know it's true for white cats. They tend to be... A lot of them end up being deaf. What else? But yeah, oddly enough, one of the staff who lost their arm, like, from here to there, like, they only have the upper arm and a bit of below the elbow. They lost the limb because the tiger bit it off. But it was really interesting to see their assessment of the situation and how they didn't... They were like, I was stupid. I got complacent and I kind of forgot that it's a tiger. And instead of using the safe way to do the thing I was supposed to do, I just put my arm in there and yeah. And I was kind of impressed by that reasonable take on the whole mess. But still, I mean... yeah, Phoebe says pretty much the only way you can get a white tiger is if you terribly inbreed them. Yeah. Like, I don't know for white cats. Perhaps white cats is a bit different. They always have weird issues like extra toes, mismatched eye colors, deafness. But I know that for tigers and at least servals, and bigger cats, you get a white version of that big cat through inbreeding, which is awful. Let's just say it that way. Oh yeah, I saw that tiger, I think. Oh, good grief. Makes me so sad. Alright, let's try think of something happier to draw up today. I will try, if possible, to doodle something that is maybe not necessarily related to the whole situation with the quarantine and all that. Because I don't know about you guys, but I'm a bit fed up. Yeah, and you have the ligers too, which is yeah, no thanks. I mean, can we just not do that? Oh, yay! Oh, Misha, that's good news. And Misha says that her crawl space kitty is still around, and that she heard her last night. Oh, that's great. I was talking about her to Mr. E yesterday, I think, because we were taking a walk, and we were joking that the only the only way to get me to take walks is to mention that I might see a cat outside. And I'm just like, oh yeah, awesome, I want to see cats. And I was talking about the crawl space kitty and how she was possibly a tortie and super territorial and a good mouser. I'm glad to hear that she's still there. She's a good one. They bred a white liger. Oh yeah, I saw it. That's so wrong. That's so wrong. Oh, why? Okay. Marla has a question that's art related. Ev, do you like Pentel brush pen or platinum carbon pen better? I haven't been using my carbon pen a lot lately, so I guess it would be fair to say that I prefer the platinum. That's the platinum carbon pen. It says carbon pen. It's by Platinum. It's a fountain pen, like that. I wonder if it's... Oh yeah, I haven't used it in months and it's not even clogged up. I mean, these things. It's super inexpensive. It comes with the ink, the platinum carbon ink, which is pigmented and waterproof when it's dry. So it's a really great one. It's easy to carry around. It's lightweight and you can use... I don't think I have any around though. But yeah, you can buy cartridges to just refill it on the go. So it's super handy to have, and it's great for I can think of the word watercolor and ink drawings. Brain fart. This is the Pentel brush pen, and also I've been using this one, which I quite enjoy. It's a Kohinoor Rapido Sketch, not the Rapido Graph, because this one is cheaper. It is refillable. It has the needle point. This is a 0.35. But what I like is that you can refill it with waterproof ink. Like you just refill the cartridge. And to me, that's something that I wanted to find as an alternative to fine liners. Because there's a lot of waterproof fine liners, but they are often the type that you throw away when you're done with them. And I'm trying to find alternatives to that. Like, I would much rather pay $20-30 for a pen that I can refill and use for much longer. Ink and wash. Thank you so much, guys. That's what I was looking for. So yeah. So these have been my go-to lately. This one is still around. And I have 3 others in there that I kind of have on standby. This one I have yet to use it a bit more. It's a fountain pen that you can put G nibs on it. So it allows for a more supple nib, but I've had issues with the feed. So I need to figure this out. And those 2 are empty. but they are the Fude brushes, the Fude nibs, like the one with the angle in the nib. But they don't have waterproof cartridges, so I have to refill them, and I've been forgetting to do that. Cyan Hink has some beautiful... Oh, I know she does. They do. Yeah. Yeah. They have an amazing collection of green fountain pens. I hate disposable pens. I also hate when the refills come in a ton of plastic packaging. Yeah, it's annoying. Still better a refill than a whole pen, but yeah. Barbara says, I use Copic multiliners because you can replace every little part in them and you can get ink refills. They're really nice. They're quite nice. I know Mr. E uses them. I'm just not super big on the felt nib. Like I used to really go with the platinum carbon when I wanted a finer line. And then this one is even finer, so it's really handy for when I do charts, and take notes about pigments and all that. Anyone have suggestions for a good quality pencil sharpener? Something manual that makes a really fine point. You can get one of these, or any kind of. This is made by the company KUM. And you can look for their long point sharpeners. They're either in two steps like this one, or yeah, you can also get also from them this just simple thing, which is just a long point sharpener. Lana says, I just bought a fountain pen, which she made a review on long ago, and it's really nice. Mine is not green though. Oh, is that the Twisby Echo? That's a good one. Dan says, I'm not a fan of Copic liners. They feel flimsy to me. The multi-liners, the one that you can change every single part of them, they don't feel that flimsy because they're made from metal. They're a bit better in that regards. I might have one around. Oh, I have a bunch of... Let's see. They're like this. So this is aluminum, and you can change the nib, you can change the ink in there, you can buy refills from it. So, and it's much sturdier, and it's still light. But yeah. If you have a table, you can fix one too. The old school crank pencil sharpeners are the best, as they pull the wood away rather than gouging the wood. Oh yeah, I have an electric sharpener that does that, but it's set on the other table. It is the Twisby Echo. It has so much ink in it. I know, right? Wait. Do I have a Twisby Echo? No, I don't have one around. Well, I have one nearby over there. Twisby Echo holds a lot of ink. I love the idea of trying the kitty's parachuting, but I don't have any like reference of what that would look like. Or maybe you put too much pressure on those, so they're not well suited to your kind of work, Dan. Exploding is definitely not good. You know, the old school cartoon parachutes that are like basically an umbrella with ropes on it. Help me pick elderflower lemon or mojito cardiol. Basically flavoring for water. Elderflower lemon. If it's cold. If it's cold water, I would say elderflower lemon. I don't know why, but hot lemon is really weird. Hey, Stephen, hi. I'm messing around with salt plus watercolor, and I'm wondering if any of you come across paper where it just doesn't work at all. I don't think so, but I'm really curious if you would be able to find one, or if it's not a matter of pigment. Oh, I have the masterpiece. I might have a bit too much sharpeners from that brand. Oh no, it's on their pile of stuff. Well, I have it. It's in there. But yeah, you can remove the you take a look at this one, like it has the stopper at the end that you know when to stop sharpening. But with the masterpiece, you can remove the stopper and you can sharpen the wood off until you have a really long lead. So I guess it might be useful to some people. I think everybody voted for elderflower lemon. Oh wait, Lise, you're in Denmark, right? Don't you guys have a lot of elderflower flavored things? Canson Excel watercolor paper can't handle. Yeah, but I think the thing is, well, from what I remember of Otto's numerous tests with the salt, you know, she does a lot of salt tests, and I don't think the paper is that important, but it's more like the pigment, right? Because the way the salt seems to react with like it doesn't seem to react as much with the paper as it does with the pigment. True set sharpeners. Should I go dig up mine that are underneath? I have another one here. I might have other around too. I have entirely too much sharpeners from that brand that I don't want to pronounce out loud because YouTube might think I'm saying naughty things. Oops. Yeah, I can find it, but I have another sharpener that's more like the one you would keep in your pencil bag because it has a cover that would prevent all the dust from going outside and dirtying up everything. Hold on. C'est le tape que j'avais commandé, c'est le tape que j'avais commandé il y a 8 ans. Enfin, ici, c'est Sault. Ta-da! Okay. sorry about that. Whew. Yep, Denmark, and yes, there's elderflower and so many things here. Yeah, that was something that's been ordered a long time ago because I was running out of this one, the green one. So I got some of the 1-inch. I have stock of all of these except for this one, but it's been difficult. And I mean, I'm in no rush at all. So it's fine. It's gonna take, like, there are many more important things to get to people right now than tape, but apparently they were there. So, and that, well, can you figure out why that's in there? Like, I'm really curious to check out the work of a master of horror, but with cats. Like, how weird is that gonna be? Yeah, I think it's gonna be quite weird. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, look at that. Oh, that's great. What a weird mashup of concepts. Anyway. Oh, Hello Kitty. Nice. Nice. Sorry, I was just checking it up. Yeah, tape. I sadly go through quite a lot of tape. Haven't really found a way to work around that, but yeah. Oh, good luck, Dan. I had one earlier, which is why I'm a bit more less soft than before. I was really mellow. I'm really tired, but yeah. Yeah, I really, like, I'm not a big fan of horror because it tends to stay with me, and then I have terrible nightmares, and I'm a wuss. But I couldn't resist the appeal of something as silly as cats, drawn by a master of horror. Like, it's gonna be funny. Hey, Malvina, hi. My brain saw Bologna coffee and I winced. Oh, ew. Bologna coffee. Oh, yuck. That's so gross. I got some of the 1/8 inch tape on my summer wish list. Which one is that? Is that this one? Yikes. Like the super duper thin one. Yeah, it is. Yep. So much tape, guys. Alright. Been enjoying playing Animal Crossing still. kind of really enjoy like the clothes you can get in there. Not all of them, but I just find it funny. Hey, Otto! Oh no! Was it a good nap though? Completely worth it if it was a good nap. Alan says, my friend had a horse that used to love bologna. No sandwich was safe in the barn. That's hilarious. It says a lot about bologna too. Oh, speaking of things that says a lot about other things. Out of sheer laziness, I bought Pop-Tarts last week. And I was just like, this is, I don't get them often. This is just gonna be like quick breakfast, whatever. They've changed so much. They're so cheaper now. Can you imagine? They were cheap. They are cheaper than they were. And I was like eating one and I was like, dude, first of all, it's thinner than it used to be and it doesn't even taste like strawberries. It tastes like sugar. I mean, fine, but I was like, no, it could just be like, it's red and they say it's strawberry, but it could literally be anything. It doesn't have any taste. and I was numbing on it, and Peko came to see, and she was really interested into my Pop-Tart. And I was like, but it's a Pop-Tart, kitty. Like, it's not fish, it's not nothing that's in your diet usually. And I often, let the cat smell the things, just smell, like not touch them. And she was really interested in smelling the Pop-Tart, and I was like, what? So I broke off just a bit of the crust without any stuffing, without any sugar, and I held it in my finger, and she tried to eat it. She was licking my finger, and I was like, okay, if my cat loves Pop-Tarts, we have an issue here with the Pop-Tarts. It was a good nap. Oh, awesome. Not been sleeping well for the last few days, so it was really good. Oh, I'm glad you got a good nap then. Naps are a tribute to the spirit of Caturday. I agree. Barbara says, my cat loves Pop-Tarts. It's so weird. It is, right? Cat is obsessed with the Pop-Tarts. How funny is that? Like, cat, that's not for you. That's like there's like not even proteins in there. There's nothing for you in these Pop-Tarts. Like the strawberry and like the fruit ones are vegan almost. I cannot say if they are like hardcore vegan, but they don't have any obvious animal products in there. So what is calling to you, kitty? Scout didn't seem to be interested in them, but Pico was like in my face about the Pop-Tarts, which was funny. My cat loves Pop-Tart wrappers. He tries to eat it every time. What? But that's not even edible. What is it with the Pop-Tarts? She just loves the filling. Oh, really? So your cat likes the filling. She actually yelled at the last one when I got the... Oh no. Phoebe says my Dachshund loves candy wrappers, but he'll eat just about anything. Anything, like even stuff that is not supposed to be edible, just like the wrappers, or... That's kind of how I looked before I had my coffee too. Like, ugh, why? Why? Yeah, I think the frozen wrappers, they make a really interesting crunchy noise for cats. Ew. Oh no, Phoebe. Phoebe says, well, Daphne has eaten rocks and Catsby will eat earplugs. Ah, gross. So yeah, they're not picky. That's gotta be interesting when it comes out too. Barbara says, my cat is obsessed with tape too, especially my medical tape and painter's tape. Tries to eat it. Cats are weird. Oh, my cat loves to chase earplugs. Oh, you. Sorry. Yeah, earplugs are neon orange and absolutely unedible, so that's gotta be quite hilarious. That's not a knife, it's supposed to be the kind of shovel you use for gardening. Is your cat named Things, Barbara? Hey, Heather! Good timing. Guilty dog face is absolutely hilarious, and it's something you don't really see in cats. Cats, it's not guilty like, oh no, I did a bad thing. It's more like, oh no, they caught me. Like, they don't feel bad about what they did. They They feel sorry they got caught. He's like super cheerful to stab the super sleepy cat. Things is a cool name for a cat. Nicole says Boba Fett, which is hilarious. That's so funny. Tuxedo loves hoodie strings and he'll pretend he wants to sit on your lap. Then he'll attack. Oh yeah, that's dangerous. Hey Kelly. Hey Stevie. Hi guys. Hey Mikey. Sorry. Saturday afternoon naps. When did you switch to daylight savings, if you do that? That'll wake him up, dude. Spoony Corn's name naps too. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm good. I'm tired, but I'm good. What is memory? What? You always nap? That's a good way to catch up on sleep. Hey, Stacy! Long time no live stream indeed. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Shoelaces must be tied at all times in a cat house. Oh gosh. Not only shoelaces, but if you have a hoodie with a lace to close the hood, that's dangerous too. Otto says naps are great, and if there's one time where we can all enjoy guilt-free naps, it's right now. Very fair point. Ev's Ullman voice absolutely cracks me up. Well, I'm glad. I'm fine just living my best hermit life. Oh, I'm glad. Now is a good time to test out that brain. Hold on, what's the word I'm looking for? Lifestyle, that is. Hey Nancy, hi. Like, I don't even know what day it is. Like, today I know what day it is because I have the live stream to do, but the rest of the week is just like so confusing. Even like the work days and the weekend days are not very different by having Mr. E here, because he works on the computer during the week and he works on the computer during the weekend, just on different things. But yeah, it's been really weird to try and remember what day it is. Chaos doesn't care if releases are tidy. Still, he doesn't. The stuff he seems to care about is very cat-like. So we were talking about naps. I love naps. Hey, Mark Chat, hi. I used to be unable to take naps, but now with them being much older and with the medication that I have to take for certain things that makes me sleepy, it's been much easier to take naps, even when I don't want to. Oh my gosh, I can't find anything to draw, which bothers me so much. Oh, does prednisone makes you not dream? I wish I could, like, either not dream or not remember them, because they're pretty messed up. Like, they get confusing. Okay, so the cat, Barbara says that yes, her name is Things, aka Mrs. Things and Mrs. Cat Things. Aw. I've gotten to call Scout Babushka lately, which is so many steps removed from her name that what, but yeah. Prednisone makes you twitchy, so you don't really sleep for very long, and it wakes you up, and it does all sorts of terrible things. Okay, so not even a good side to that. Hey, Paulo! Nice to see you. Phoebe says, I like wacky dreams, but I've had some awful gruesome nightmares. Yeah, that too. But the thing is with the wacky dreams is that sometimes it's not clear when I wake up or during the day if the thing I'm thinking about happened for real or not. Which is, it's funny once or twice, but when that happens regularly, it's really unsettling. Don't forget those pajama pants with strings. Oh, yeah, no, hard to forget once you did it once. Trying to not to go crazy. Oh no. People have been going out like everything is the usual around here. And like it's weird because okay, let me put on my grumpy hat. But it kind of makes me laugh because they've had the kids around here all draw the rainbow thing. You know, the it's all gonna be fine rainbow thingy. And I'm like, yeah, sure, cute. Okay, so there's a bunch of rainbows everywhere. But the kids are the only ones that will absolutely not social distance. Like, you really have to go out of your way to maintain social distancing with kids. They will just, like, not care, from what I've experienced. And I'm like, dude, why did you think you all drew freaking rainbows? Like that, with clouds, and written, ça va bien aller. Like that. So yeah. Phoebe says, oh, that's happened so many times where I can't tell if I dreamed it or not, especially since I've had dreams where that happened. Hold on. I've had dreams where what happened in the dream ended up happening in real life later on. Yeah, it just gets so weird after a while, and you're just like, it's weird because it's to a point where the dreams have their own logic, and like the locations in the dreams, they come back in other dreams, and it has its own like weird logic. So when I wake up, I'm like, I don't know what anymore. What's happening? Heather says, adults around here don't care either. Ugh, they should. Oh yes, serial dreams, that too. I often have serial dreams, not always night after night, but I'll return to a plot line and pick up where I left off last time. Never nightmares, thankfully. Yeah, I know what you mean, fairy dust. I've had that too. Or like the certain elements from dreams will stay consistent throughout many dreams, which is weird. It's like, oh, if in many dreams I have to go to a drugstore, it's always gonna be the same weird dream drugstore, which is even weirder when you wake up. Because rainbows are fun and Mom said I must, okay? Also, don't you want a snot-filled hug? Nah, I'm good. I'm good. Fine. Like, being me, whenever I see the it's gonna be fine, the ça va bien aller, I'm always like, but you don't know. You don't know that. How could you know that? I have looping nightmares and trauma dreams, so I'm extremely happy when I have a normal weird dream. Ugh. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. That sounds awful. Yeah, my brain is a bit more awake, but still not working all that well, I guess. So perhaps today will just be like hanging out, fun time, instead of really concrete stuff. That happens. Hey, how did it go, Dan? Do you have a really nice coffee now? Oh! Paulo says, I kinda dislike Arch's base color. You know what I find really interesting is that within all of us, like all our preferences, if there was an assortment of paper, we wouldn't fight over who gets what. We would all be like, oh, hey, here's your favorite paper. Oh, awesome. Here, have this one. Oh, great. I'll take this one. Good. No one else wants it. It's like no one fights over paper. I'm gonna check my island. I checked mine earlier today, and I have the tailor store now. I have the Able Sisters on there. And yeah, I mentioned quickly that I really enjoy buying the outfits over there, because like all the avatar character basically have a big round head, and they're just like super cartoony, and you take such silly poses whenever one tries fashion. It really cracks me up. But yeah, it's like Animal Crossing is like super simple. I would! Otto! I want all of your Arches paper! I'm buying all the clothes I see. I'm buying a lot, though. I have a curated wardrobe, but whenever I get something really ugly as a gift or in a balloon or whatever, I I give it to my villagers. So my villagers are gonna end up having such mismatched uh like decor and outfits because I give them all the stuff I find too ugly. You have obviously no. I have discussed paper with a botanical artist, but I'm not bothered. Like they can do whatever they want with the paper they want. I'll take like whatever artistical press was fine for me. Oh, the poses, like whenever you try outfits, your character takes all these super silly like model poses with like the butt out and like looking back at the camera and just like really absurd modeling stuff, and it's so silly and it's hilarious, and yeah, you just take all these poses when you try out outfits and it's really silly. Letta says apparently you can't even reserve a Switch in Japan right now. It's so sold out. It was sold out here too when the game came out. Now it's a bit easier um, to get one, but we already had the console, and you can buy the gift. You can buy the game online, so you don't necessarily have to have the physical copy of it. Weird clothes is my jam. I will send you whichever ones I find. I had like, I got some bell bottom pants that were bright green. They were super nasty, and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna keep those. I'm wearing a Viking top and American football pants and samurai shoes. Nice. Night vision goggles. Okay. Nika says, around the holidays, I have the same dream that I cannot leave my parents' house. I'm desperately trying to find my husband, but the doors don't open and I'm trapped in my old room. That sounds like no fun at all. But yeah, also at the same time, like sometimes you can sort of guess what is triggering these feelings to be in a dream, like depending on when it happens, how often it happens. Steve from Mind of Watercolor did a quick live stream. Oh no, I missed it! And I finally painted a tree that didn't come out entirely looking entirely silly. Well, I'm glad, Barbara. Steve does beautiful trees. Absolutely. Well, I'll take all the arches. Arches is fine. I mean, I'm not bothered with it. If you guys all want to fight over Saunders Waterford, fine. I'll use arches in the meantime, because that's all I can find around here. It's either Fabriano or arches, and I've had no luck with the Fabriano. I saw the most hilarious chair in Animal Crossing the other day. It was the Peach chair. It basically looks like this. And I'm like, that's absolutely a butt chair. Bruiser gave me an idea if you want to draw it, Ev. Winnie lies on his back in that semicircle with curly beans in the air. Makes me think, oh, he's dreaming of rolling in catnip. Aww. Share some of the arches with me, Ev. Well, the moment it's over here, I'll gladly share. It's not that hard to get it from Quebec to Ontario. It's much harder to get it from the UK to Canada. I'm a bit more rusty on drawing like actual cat, not cartoony cats. Okay, so hold on. Chaos is kind of always is weirdly twisted around like a pretzel, and you would have like curly toe beans around here. I've tried the Fabriano once and I was absolutely not impressed. Chaos quit licking. He really enjoys licking the dogs, doesn't he? What a weird cat. Apparently the botanical community was outraged. Sorry. It's funny yet not funny at the same time. Oops, that was a cute little stare. I have 50 sheets in my flat file. My daily sentiment, what a weird cat. Yep. He would get along with Linus just fine, honestly. There's normal cat weirdness and then there's chaos. I agree. Hey, have a good lunch, Phoebe. Lizzie Harper's. I'll write that down. I'm always up for a good art-related funny video of people being obsessed about supply. Like, we can relate. Hey, Okni, hi. It's nice to see you. I've had the white dot things on other papers than arches sometimes, so I'm not quite sure what causes it, but I saw it and I was like, meh, and it just went right out of my head, so yeah, it's only until you mentioned it so that I was like, oh yeah, that happens sometimes, occasionally. I don't think it has happened a lot lately, though. I think I might have to stick to normal coffee. Well, you can mix it around and eat it with a spoon, or if you have straws, you can use a straw to like alternate between sipping from the foam and sipping from the milk. I think it's just fun to have a... It's a nice looking coffee, I guess. I wonder, as far as I can sort of tell, I don't know if it's sizing or the surface of the paper versus the level of viscosity of the paint. Because if it seems to not happen as much if one uses a more watery wash. So I don't know if it's a thing about the paper, if it's a thing about the wash, if it's a thing about the sizing. Yeah. I thought I was gonna say something, but it is hard to drink, but that's a good thing, because that means you don't drink it all up in 5 minutes. Well, 5 minutes, I'm generous, in 1 minute. I'm thinking, I don't know, it looks like I'm doing nothing, but I'm super slow today and sneezy. Just want to look quickly at old paintings, see if they have this kind of weird issue with the arches papers. Yeah, and since I use arches a lot, arches costs an arm and a freaking leg, but it's still one of the least expensive one. So I don't know what to make of that. Can you imagine an orange kitty party? Linus, Pecco, Chaos Bruiser, Topper, Tipper, and the orange kitty in Discord who's Laura! Yes! Oh, that would be so cute. Oh, that's so cute, Mikey. Mikey says, I cleaned my hamster cage yesterday and all I hear is noise now as he remakes his own. Aw. Atkinson Heritage, yeah, it's nice, but it's pricey. They're all pricey. They're stupid papers. Oh, I swear. But yeah, I mean, let's say I take the local chain, the Serre, which is, let's just say, the easiest way to acquire paper. If we talk about full cotton paper, I'm pretty sure the Arches is still a bit less expensive than the Fabriano one. Hey, bye Mark chat. Enjoy the shopping. I hope you find what you need. I'm trying to find where I ran into this issue of the dots in the paper, because it rings a bell, but I'm looking at all the Arches paintings I have in there and I can't seem to find anything, which is, you know, weird. Kind of makes me more bummed out that I cannot take Otto's Arches paper. Yeah. Well. Might just be that I got lucky. Great content today. Let's look at paper and see if we can find dots. That's some awesome content. I think I've had it more with the Strathmore pre-cut paper than I've had it with arches. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, looking at these are all Strathmore pre-cut paper. They have a lot more of the weird little holes issues than I've had on the arches pads that I ended up getting. All but one of my arches blocks have split. What? What do you mean split? How much sugar did you put in your coffee, Dan? Oh, this is aller. This is French. Ça va bien aller. I'm super grateful for any thumbs up that I'll get today, because this isn't turning out to be a very sketchy, weird live stream. Though I'm super glad to be hanging around with you guys. Drinking coffee with sugar. So the recipe I found said 3 tablespoons of coffee and sugar. Yikes! Of each? What? That's for like 4 people. Oh my gosh. So was your mug only filled with the foam? I usually use my measure for tea, and the only thing you need to keep in mind is that you need equal amounts of instant coffee, sugar, and water. So, yes, of each. Oh my god, how strong that must have been. Oh, did you pour it over drink? Yeah, you can definitely try a half a tablespoon of each that you whip and that you put on top of a glass of milk. That's exactly what we're here for. Oh, I'm glad. Yeah, I really enjoy the live streams, but sometimes it just doesn't pan out to be as productive as the other ones. I thought that today's stream would be me playing Animal Crossing. Dude, I don't need people to watch me plant flowers and terraform my island. I feel so bad when it took me a few tries to figure out that if you want to build something somewhere where there's a tree, it just kind of removes the tree. But especially if the tree is like on the edge where you think it's gonna be okay. Like it just removed the tree, and I felt so sad that whenever I want to build stuff in Animal Crossing, I like dig up the trees and plant them elsewhere. So I have so many trees on my island. Hey Charlie, hi. Oh, I'm sorry, Barbara. Have you tried the like, I know it's not exactly like coffee, but have you tried all the alternative with chicory and you know the kind of plant-based sort of roasted coffee thingy? Oh my gosh. Dude, that recipe is pretty extreme. Okay, I'll try to draw my Animal Crossing avatar from memory. I found glasses, which made me really happy. Oh no! Paulo, what? Paulo says the art shop where I buy stuff online is closed. What? Well, what about Jackson's? Can you get stuff from there? Never drink anything so strong you can walk on it. Surface tension is a terrible thing. Oh my gosh, what? I haven't know. I'll definitely look into it though. Yeah, it's not exactly like coffee, but it's kind of interesting, and it's the same color, and it's just like it's just like it has a nice feeling, and the fact that it's roasted is kind of interesting too. Yeah, chicory coffee substitute. There's a one is called Bamboo, like BAMBU, and you get other brands too. They're like a powder, and you basically just add it to a cup of hot water, and you shake, you stir it, and it looks like coffee. I kind of like it too, but I always forget it for like long enough that it becomes all compact together, and it's really difficult to take some out. Like I keep forgetting my my fake coffee, but now I kind of want it. Chicory coffee. What is this? 1945? Yes, it might be 1945. What do you have against chicory coffee? And by all means, we're in a pandemic, so. Just like legit. Yeah, Bologna. They are toasting and grinding cacao beans like coffee now too. Yeah, that's delicious too. Like if you get cacao nibs, like the nibs that they're reduced to small chunks of cacao. You can put that in a tea filter and with hot water, and you sort of infuse it like you would tea, and it's a really tasty kind of chocolate tea. It's really good. Oh no, Barbara, no! Don't drink the coffee! No, don't make yourself sick. It's not worth it, you know it. Feeling awful is bad enough. Let's talk about something else than coffee so Barbara doesn't make herself sick. I don't know if decaf would help, because I think it's like how irritating coffee is, and I think decaf coffee is still very irritating. So difficult. We could talk about tea. Tea is awesome. Oh my gosh. Guys, what's your favorite tea? Again, like for the millionth time that I'm asking, but you guys enjoy as favorite tea. I got the leather jacket in, well, I think it's pleather. It's big in leather because you can have cow villagers, so having leather jackets in Animal Crossing is kind of really awkward. Oh no. Navajo tea. Is that it? What's Navajo tea? Oh, that's your tea. Like, I'm asking questions and I forget about them immediately after. Yeah. Good job, me. Awesome. Okay, Navajo tea. What's Navajo tea? That sounds great. Chocolate puer. That sounds great too. I like almost every kind of tea. That's really practical. Isn't Bologna not also a sausage? It's you know the it's like the really huge hot dog sausage that you can buy at the deli counter. Like they will slice it. It's a big round processed meat kind of thing. Rooibos. Oh yeah, well, I know which rooibos chai, and I absolutely agree. Caramel rooibos, mint tea. Mint tea is awesome. I've been having a lot of it too, because I think the only two herbal tea that we have left is peppermint and chamomile. So we basically drink that. And in the evening, and during the day, it's real tea. What's morning thunder tea? Except like a really badass name. Whatever it is that my local tea shop brands as East Frisian Golden Black. Wow, that's super. That's like fancy. Vanilla, honey, chamomile. Ooh. Oh man, sounds great. Lebanon Bologna is smoked. Ooh. I hope it's different. Oh, licorice. Licorice tea. Thanks for the explanation. I'm not a sausage expert. Well, you might not have access to all the absolutely, yeah, sorry to say, but bologna is kind of cheap. Like, you have bologna and simile chicken. Those are like the really basic deli meats. Mint tea is good for tummies. It is. I wonder if all of the echinacea tea is gone right now. Maybe, even though I'm not sure it helps. It's like a high-end equivalent of bologna that they smoke. I'm the person who drinks the teas that nobody wants. Oh, that's great, Paulo. Rose hip. It's only hibiscus that I cannot do. Like, absolutely cannot. You can be sure that I got the sweatpants in the game. I saw sweatpants and I was like, yep, I don't care how much they cost, I'm getting those pants. Ew. Barbara says, I tried some super fancy tea that was supposed to be like strawberry cheesecake and it tastes like straight shampoo. Blah. Hey, take care, Stevie. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a great weekend. Has anyone tried mushroom tea? I'm wary of mushroom tea. Peach teas. Oh man, that's good. Peaches are great. Yeah, the mushroom teas are, I don't know. It feels like they're really trying to make bank on it, and it's not something that I've seen a lot of research for or against. Like, how is it supposed to be good or bad? Or I don't know. And it has cordyceps, and I've mentioned my experience with cordyceps in the game Last of Us, where it kind of turns people into zombies. So whenever I saw that you could have cordyceps tea, I was like, you know what? No thank you. Cordyceps coffee, and it's super expensive, and I'm like, blah. Yeah, I really enjoy like the live streams. It's a really it's a really good time to have them. Mushroom tea is vegetable broth. Yeah, that's what I figured. The first time I saw it, I was like, ew. But yeah, they kind of sell these mix of different powdered mushrooms as like coffee or tea alternatives. I'm not sure. Green tea. Jasmine. Oh, jasmine tea is really nice. What's Oriental beauty tea? Oh, no, if you have fermented tea, it's gonna be kombucha. Kimchi is fermented cabbage. Not quite the same thing. Any tea solar brewed and served with rice. That's tea that you basically put the tea and the water in a jug and you like leave it in the windowsill. That's it, right? Oh no, Ellen. You gotta out for the cordyceps. It's drugs. Mushroom tea, dashi. Yeah, vegan dashi would be mushroom tea. Organic oolong tea with apple mint and apple. Ooh, yummy. Yeah, there's no science behind mushroom tea. Great if people like the taste, but zero science behind the health benefit. Feels like someone who had a bunch of mushrooms that no one wanted to buy, and they went the route of making it hip and trendy. And I'm just like, nope. It's a Taiwanese oolong. Ooh, oolong teas are great. Yeah, just using the sun to brew the tea. I kind of do something similar, but I use the fridge. Like you can put tea in a jar of water in the fridge overnight, and you're gonna have iced tea in the morning. With very little effort involved. Also fresh herb tea of mint, lemongrass, and rosemary. Aw. Ooh, that sounds good though. Hey, welcome back, Jill. Silly Simon. Oh, well, thank you so much for being here, Heather. I hope you have a great walk outside with the dogs. And thank you so much for being here. I'm really fond of herbal tea of fresh mint, fresh ginger, and like you put a cinnamon stick in there. That's really tasty. Things has been being a brat and just getting on the cabinets, pushing off all the pens around, and knocking them on the floor at us. Pay attention to me! Whack! Maybe she thinks she needs more food. Well, duh, she's a cat. Now she's doing it even when she has food, as if she's forgotten she has food. Maybe she wants some cuddles. I always want to try different teas, but I always end up wishing I'd gone with plain black, maybe with some sugar and or milk. English breakfast is my go-to. I love English breakfast. I really like Russian teas, like all the kuzmi. They're basically variations of Earl Grey. Now I want mulled red wine. Oh, it's okay, Heather. Thank you so much for stopping by. Green tea is always nice as a base, but sometimes I like English breakfast as the base and then add some orange juice. Oh, really? Or ginger and mint. Oh, that's interesting. Jill says, yesterday I made herbal tea with lime thyme, lavender thyme, and variegated sage. Ooh, that sounds really fancy. Are those from your garden? They sound like they would be things from the garden. My friends have been gifted a lot of fancy teas over the years because I keep buying them and never drinking them. Aw, fairy dust. No. You don't like bergamot? Oh no. Yeah, I put up a small shop with some small originals in there because I have too many of those. And I mean, perhaps people would like to have them, maybe. Oh, I like Earl Grey. I love lemon peel and bergamot as well. Otto, what? Paulo, are you familiar with the Kuzmi teas? Because I think you might like their Anastasia tea. It's like bergamot and lemon and lime, I think. It's not strong taste of lemon and lime, but it's a really nice tea overall. Not all Earl Greys are created equal, though. Yeah, that's very true. I was really surprised to see that bergamot is a citrus. I don't know, with a name like that, I felt like it was gonna be an herb, but it's like a weird little orange citrus that's like bumpy and not quite cute. Yeah, it is lovely. That's what I'm drinking at the moment. It's the Anastasia tea by Kuzmi, like Kusmi. And they're a Russian company, French company, so you might be able to find it in Portugal. That's it, right? That Portugal, that's Spain. I'm having a brain fart. Oh no. Anisette tea, like licorice tea. Is that a thing? Mikey. I want to grow my own bergamot. Oh, that's gotta be so fragrant. Oh man, that would smell good. I second the idea of growing your own bergamot, Paulo. Bergamot and yuzu, like the Japanese lemon and the citrus that's only used in teas. Nummy. Yeah, I'm kind of craving some tea right now too. Ah, tea. Tea is so good. My son loves chamomile tea. I just buy chamomile and he stuffs it. Yeah, that's basically the thing. Like, I have and it's super inexpensive. Like, you can buy a big bag of like 1 pound of chamomile for like $5, and I just stuff it into a container, and you have everything in there. Like, I think it's Roman chamomile, but you have like the flowers and all the stuff, and it's super tasty. I would love if they made like an Earl Grey but with yuzu instead of bergamot. That would be so good. Ferida says, I'm Kurdish, so I grew up with a samovar type thing with black tea just constantly ready on the stove. Oh my gosh, that sounds dreamy. The standard when we didn't have the Middle Eastern store import teas was Lipton's Yellow Label. Yeah, black tea basically. Oh man. Like the idea of having an endless source of tea, or at least a more substantial source of tea than just a mug, is very appealing to me. And if I had room, I would get like a water dispenser, a hot water dispenser. Yuzu is the best citrus. Had no luck with yuzu. Oh no, Paulo! No! Why? Come on, yuzu, you gotta be able to grow over there. Come on. Then you can make your own ponzu. Oh man. I tried to grow it from the pips now 2 times, but I haven't given up. It needs a lot of heat. Do you have a lot of heat? Yeah, I would think you're in a nice place. It needs even more heat. Well, hold on. If it needs even more heat, where do they grow it in Japan? Is Japan much hotter than where you are, Paulo? Ferida says, I was in Beijing many years ago and talked tea with some experts. They were low-key horrified that we basically steep our tea to a concentrate all day long in the Middle East. It's such a different approach to tea. Yuzu is grown in subtropical zones. Yeah. Sorry, my geographic classes are so far. And I'm like, yeah, I know it exists, but where is that? Oh man, making concentrate of tea. So I guess you pour some and add water to it if it's concentrated, or you just drink it like that and are like super fired up. Looks like flies, but it's supposed to be little hearts. Some zones must be. Oh, that's interesting. We have a double layer teapot thing. Basically 2 teapots stacked on top of each other. The bottom one is water. The top is super concentrated tea. So you take a bit of both. We diluted the tea down to different colors depending on how old you were. Oh, that's interesting. So when serving, you pour some concentrate, top off with water, and every guest gets their preferred strength instantly. That's so clever. In Japan, apparently 54% of yuzu is grown in Kochi Prefecture on the Shikoku Island. Where is that? Is it like if you locate it in relationship to the main island? Where is Shikoku? I love tea, but in Brazil I can only enjoy it for around 3-4 months a year. Oh no, Sam. Even iced tea? Wouldn't iced tea be a good way to Okuni says, kids got the tan tea, grown-ups got darker tea. That's where I learned not to drink anything strong enough to walk on. Hey, have a good meal, Barbara. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a great weekend. Shikoku is south and east. Okay, cool. Paulo says, oh my gosh, I found a cultivar selling small trees of yuzu. That's gotta be harder, more easy to grow than trying to use the seeds. Like, if you can plant the tree, the whole part of germinating is much easier. It can get rainy there. Well, it's also very humid overall in Japan. So I don't know if Paulo has that kind of level of humidity where he lives. Dude, I wish I could get yuzu grown in Canada, but yeah, good one. Oh my gosh, 15-20 guests. That's a lot of people. Iced tea is also good, but hot tea is so much better. It's kind of a... How do you guys feel about that? Do you feel like there are teas that are better cold and there are teas that are better warm? Or that all teas can be equally warm or cold, it's all good? Growing a tree plant from seeds is hard, yeah. Yeah, if I could grow yuzu indoors, you know I would. Absolutely. But yeah, we live in a cave, so... Humidity. Otto says, yeah, that's the same laugh I do for growing yuzu in the UK. Yep. I mean, you have nicer weather than I do here, but still. Shikoku is the island with the strings of shrines around it. You go on the famous pilgrimage, and some people along the way serve yuzu to the pilgrims. They would never get rid of me. I would keep doing the rounds, like oh yeah, I'm new. Can I get some more yuzu? Please. Thank you. I love mango tea. Oh yeah, mango tea is good. Some teas cold are too acidic. I find that some teas hot are weird. Like most fruit teas hot, I find them a bit weird. I kind of prefer to have my fruity teas cold. But black tea cold is weird. It's all weird, guys. Oh no, Barbara left and I forgot to say bye with the old man voice. Bye, Barbara. Oh man. I'm all excited because I got some Mizuna with the food delivery I'm gonna get. I'm not even sure what I'm gonna eat it with or how I'm gonna prepare it, but I'm all excited to see it. Oh my gosh, fairy dust. That's like the introvert's nightmare. Fairy dust says, we'd all congregate at my uncle's place. I've got 3 aunts, then 4 kids between them, plus my uncle's family of 7 and my family of 4, plus guests. So many guests. All the guests. What? Hey, Susan, thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a nice weekend as well. Ev, you wear your pilgrim jacket and get a stamp at each shrine, so you would just have to keep getting a new jacket. Awesome. Well, they would recognize me after the first round, because how many, like pasty redheads do you see in a day? But yeah. I love dried mango as long as it's just plain mango and not with all the sugar and preservatives. Oh, I agree. Mikey, have you tried nuts.com's mango? They have dried mango that is just out of this world good. And you can buy like a huge bag of it, like 5 pounds. Kewpie. Isn't that the mayo? Oh no, alcohol, what? No! No, no. Oh man, I kind of crave fruits now. I wish I had some ripe, any kind of melon, but ripe, which is really difficult to get, but so delicious when you can get one. Oh yeah. Me drinking hot strawberry and lemon tea right now. Well, if you like it, perfectly fine. I know that if I had strawberry and lemon tea, I would kind of prefer it as an iced tea personally, but yeah. You miss I don't know. What do you miss of it, Dan? Like, I don't. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I could really go for the taste of amaretto, but I can just put any kind of almond extract in something and it's gonna taste a bit like amaretto and I'm fine. Like, I like the taste of it, but I don't like the alcohol aftertaste of stuff. So if they sold like amaretto flavor without the alcohol in it, that's what I would get. Because sometimes it has a good taste, but then you're hit with the alcohol in it, and that's like, ugh, no thank you. Scotch and coffee can be quite good. Is it butterscotch? Butterscotch and coffee can be quite good. Oh no. The flavor is drinking it in the summer. Yeah, but you can I don't know, the flavors I can get, but you can drink cold juice, you can drink iced tea. Oh, did I? I feel like I'm kind of tripped and pronounce amaretto like with the really messed up accent. Anyway, that one has a really good taste, but yeah, I kind of prefer amaretto flavored stuff than the actual drink because it's so alcoholic. Even when I put wine in like spaghetti sauce, I'm always like, can I get like this kind of taste but without the alcohol part of it? I don't know. Like, can I do sangria without alcohol in it? It's not the same. Like, Pim's in the summer is so good. Is Pim's a really dark beer? Oh, Paulo, you have to keep us posted on the updates to your future yuzu kid. It is coming from France. Oh, a little French yuzu plant. My parents have switched to non-alcoholic beers. They say they found some good ones. Yay, I really hope it goes well with the yuzu tree too. There's sangria tea you can make. Yeah, but it often has hibiscus in it. And hibiscus is like really bitter to me. I know some people don't really taste that bitterness, but not me. Dude, this doodle of a cat is so weird and derpy. Let's try to draw fruits from memory. So here is a mango. I kind of prefer the small yellow mangoes than the big red and green ones. They're a bit more shaped like this, perhaps. They're all yellow. Oh, by the way, is alcohol a safe topic for everyone, or should we switch? Oh, very fair point. Pim's is gin-based fruit syrup. Oh, wow, okay. Hope it is a clone tree. Why is that, Paolo? What's the difference between a clone tree and a regular tree? Oh my gosh, Mikey, if you're not familiar with nuts.com, I'm glad and I'm sorry that I introduced you to them because they are absolutely great. The dried mango is amazing. I think I might be getting the organic dried mango because it's the one that has no added anything in it. So I don't know about the price, but it's good. We also really enjoyed their dried persimmon. And yeah, they have plenty of dried fruits. And they have amazing like nuts. They have a bunch of stuff, but honestly, if I wasn't in Canada and I had to pay for shipping in extra, I would be getting the mango regularly. Like, you can set it so it delivers on a schedule, and they kind of automatically send you some, and I would have put the mangoes on that because they're that good. A clone tree. Hey, Dominic, hi. A clone tree is from a cutting which is different from the seedling. Oh, okay. What do they do with the cutting? Do they do they insert it to an existing tree, or how do they work with the cutting? Yeah, that's a very fair point, Lise. Something that I will try to keep in mind. Forget that some topics might be really tricky. Of course, the organic always. Well, I don't know. Some things that it doesn't necessarily make a difference whether you get organic or not. But I know I was looking, like, you can find a tag in their selection of things for sulfite free, and that's what I was browsing, trying to get the stuff that doesn't have any sulfites in it. So yeah, and I saw that they have the mango, and we tried the persimmon, and they were great. It's a kind of a weird fruit, but the dried slices were really good. All citrus take a long time to produce. You can splice, that's the word, splice a cutting onto study roots. Usually they use the bitter lemon as a base for citrus. Bitter orange. That's really interesting. We're all excited about the yuzu tree. I love that. I will have my yuzu. Yes! We're all like cheering for the yuzu tree. I'm loving this. Calamensis. I think I saw the... I cannot remember though, but the name is really familiar. I think I was looking at various weird citruses. Is it a citrus? A calamensis? Are plants okay to be shipped from? Depends from where. But I mean, if they are capable of, if Paolo was able to order the yuzu from from France, I guess it's doable. They wouldn't have allowed it otherwise, I figured. It's kind of cold in the studio today, so I'm special stuffy. Stuffy, sniffy. And also had a kumquat bush. Great. I'm a citrus freak. Yeah, they're orange. I mean, what are we expecting? Oh no, Mikey. By all means, I mean, if sulfites are bothering you, definitely check out the organic mango slices from nuts.com. And you can have like a 5-pound bag. Like, it's... Oh, they're so tasty. I wish I could grow all the original citrus. Oh, yeah. You can put bergamot into mandarin stock. We had 4 different citrus on our mandarin, but they froze. No. No. Oh man. All excited about citruses. Oh, Yusuf. Nicole says, I got a white dogwood in the mail from California. Not international, but cross-country. Is dogwood a tree, or is it more like a bush, or a flower, or a plant? I'm really bothered that they put sulfites in dried things just so they keep a better color. Like, if they hadn't done that to begin with, no one would be bothered by the color of stuff. Hey, thank you so much for being here, Ellen. I hope you have a great weekend. But yeah, like, if no one was used to seeing apricots, dried apricots, be a bright yellow, and if everybody was used to seeing them being brown like they should be, no one would be bothered, you know. Peach. Really cracks me up when I see peaches drawn with the, you know, like the emoji with the pointy bit. Because the peaches we grow here in Ontario, they don't have that pointy bit. They're like flat on the bottom. They're perhaps not less round than that, but they're a bit more like this. And they're often less pink, more like red and yellow. So I'm always curious about those peaches. Oh, it is a tree. It grows up to 25 feet. It was a sapling. Oh, wow. But thanks a lot. Oh, no, Mikey, you're fine. Don't worry about it. I haven't seen anything too weird. Life's a peach. Are you saying that life's a bum? Kabasu is amazing. It's this limey, super tangy, super aromatic citrus. Used in a similar way to yuzu, but it's even fresher. Is kabasu hard to grow? Because I've hardly seen anything that features it. Yeah, I mean, it sounds really awesome. So I'm like, can we have more stuff with the awesome? Like, most of the orange flavored stuff is really basic, if not bad. And there seems to be so many other citruses with really interesting flavors, and I'm like, why don't we do anything with those? Like, why is it always orange? It's always orange or lemon, and every once in a while you have lime. But aside from that, I have a feeling. There you go. Buddha's hands, the Australian finger lime. Well, what is citron? Because in French, citron is lemon. So I'm like, well, what is citron then? One of my retirement dreams is having a citrus. Oh, that would be so cool. What happened, Okuni? I took the sad tour of the ruined garden today, and almost everything that was cultivated is compost now. Aww. Except the volunteer asparagus. What's volunteer about it? What happened to your garden, though? Poor garden. Citron is one of the 4 original citrus fruits. Is it a precursor, and is it like before it became lemon? It was from citron. I planted garlic in the area that I have outside, like, because it was germinating, and I was like, I'm not gonna eat it, so I planted it, and now every spring it grows back. And I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? It's green, it's nice. Cedrati. I've never heard of that. Also, there are Amanatsu, Ugangan, Kanatsu, Sanpukan, Pankan, Dekomomoi, Tosandan, Hatsaku, Banpeyu, Hyugan. Dude, so many citruses. Oh, that's awesome, Nancy. Oh no, it froze. Aww. What a bummer. Is it that things don't freeze usually, or like did it got especially cold? Well, Paolo, you could have the first I just saw the word, but I can't remember it. But you could grow one of each. How awesome would that be? Chives are delicious. They just don't want to stay in the garden. Well, then you cut the grass and it smells of onions. You're not gonna get unwanted visitors in your garden then. I live in Central Texas, and the garden was planted to be heat resistant. Ooh, oops, yeah. Heat resistant and freezing is not exactly the same thing. Yikes. I'm so sorry. What a weird year. Like 2019 and now 2020. Can't wait for 2021. I'm not saying that because if I say that, it's gonna be even weirder. Guys, it's snowing in New Jersey. No, no, no. Mint and citronella are really, really enthusiastic as well. Like if you plant mint and if you plant citronella thingy, dude, that those are like, you don't have anything to do and they will grow forever. There are only 4 original citrus species: pomelo, citron, mandarin, and papeda. The others are all hybrids. I'm curious to know what it would be for apples, because I feel like apples are in a similar situation than you would have for citrus. Apples are a really interesting beast. They are, though, really. Oh, hold on. Charlie says, oh, that reminded me, you won't remember probably if, but last year I asked for tips on doing illustration at uni, plus portfolios for applying. I'm now deciding on which of my top 2 unis to pick. Ooh, congrats! Lee says, almost everything in the mint family we only keep in pots here because they are such bullies. Yeah, they will take over, like, spread and take all the space. Apples are weird in the sense that the seeds don't have the same genetic material as the tree. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. And almost all apples were originally unedible. That's really weird to go from something like that to what we have today. I think they did something similar with bananas. Dominic says, I know you can splice many different fruits onto a tree and grow an ambrosia tree. That's a tree with like a bunch of different fruits on it. I figure. I gather. Oh man, the fishes on Animal Crossing, they crack me up so much, because especially the flounder, because it's like this, like it has both its eyes on the same side like a flounder would, but it's like so stupid looking and it cracks me up. Every single icon for the fish has like these big eyes like that, and then you have a fish attached to it. I don't know how to fish, but it cracks me up. Yes, so different parts of the tree will flower in different seasons due to it being a Franken tree. That's really cool. Ew, that sounds like a nightmare, a lab accident. I prefer limes to lemons. If I have to choose from whatever's at the grocery store. What else? Pears. Pears are great. We used to never have pears when I was a kid because my mom didn't like them. So I got to eat my first pear when I left the house and lived on my own. It's one of Mr. E's favorite fruits, so there's no way I could miss I could miss out on ever tasting one. It's kind of difficult to do the texture on a cantaloupe. It's really funky because this texture here we get on cantaloupes, but like when I would play any Japanese games, like when we used to play Yoshi Stories on the Nintendo 64, and Yoshi would eat fruits and he would collect fruits that were basically, to me, look like cantaloupe but had the stem still attached to it and were green, and it's like what we call like the green innards is what we call honeydew, but I think that you can get melons in Japan at least that it looks like a cantaloupe but has flesh like an honeydew melon. Being in a red town in a blue state. Oh, yeah, that sounds weird. Does that make it purple? Oh, we get sharks in the summer in the northern hemisphere for Animal Crossing, really? Ah, nice. I caught the oarfish, the one that's like really long and has like spikes on its head, somewhat. I was like, what is that? But yeah, that reminds me how my mom would confuse Mountain Dew with honeydew. It's not quite the same thing. It's green, both are green, so perhaps she's onto something there. But besides that, I mean, unless Mountain Dew tastes like honeydew. Another thing that blew my mind is that when I finally got to a town that has a decent Chinatown kind of area, I realized there are so many things that are honeydew flavored. And I was like, finally someone caught on the fact that honeydews are great. honeydew melons are good. Like, most of the thing I don't think I can drink now, but I remember having some honeydew soy milk. And I was pretty blown away that it exists. Oh, have a good dinner, Nancy. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a great weekend. I'm absolutely bummed that the Nook Miles tickets, they cannot allow you to get different fruits. I get insulted. So whenever I visit an island that has pear trees, I chop them all down. Pesky pear trees. There you go. I realized something the other day, and I thought it was just kind of like not the most sharpest tool in the shed to have taken so long to realize it, but you love her name. Yeah, no surprise. When I was studying like sakura flowers, like cherry tree flowers, and I realized that a lot of them are like on a small stem, a bit like you have that, and then you have the flower on the end of it, and that's when it clicked that this becomes this, and I was like, oh yeah, duh. Like, makes sense, you know. It's a cherry tree, so that has to come from somewhere. I just tried Pitch Martin's Bleed Proof White, and I think I'm in love. I need to try. I have the Delarani one. I don't use all that much, but I really should. Let's keep it out in there. Bleed Proof White, because whenever I try to add white accents, they always get like swallowed up in the color. I collected all the fruits for the Nook Miles, but apparently you can get durians and lemons. I think I've seen images of the durians, but lemons, I had no idea. Well, there are 6 fruits if you include the coconuts, right? Yeah, I thought there were only, you get oranges, oranges, pears, cherries, peaches, and apples, and the coconuts. At least that's what the reward says, because you get six things to accomplish in there, and it's 1 per type of tree, I guess. Maybe a previous version had durians. I've seen images of durians on the trees, but I can't remember in what context. Perhaps it was just like not from this game. The only white I've tried is the Artcraft Pressed Pigment Tailor something. Oh, like the square kind of blocks of thing that you re-wet, and they have like a variety of colors. No, there are no bananas in Animal Crossing, sadly. Boba Fett just sat on my husband's keyboard and closed the Zoom conference. Dad, you're done. I mean, the fact that your cat is named Boba Fett just wins already, and the fact that he did the most cat thing is just perfect. Okay, bye. Tuxedo cat. Boba Fett, that's such a good name. Is he a chunkster? I mean, I think it's even funnier to have a cat named Boba Fett and the cat is not even a chunkster. But yeah. I had to deal with Scout this morning, which was kind of funny because let's pretend that this stick figure is me sleeping on my side in bed. So I'm basically like this, and I have my knees like folded a bit and my legs like that, but under the blanket, so picture a blanket on top. Whoop. And Scout decided that she wanted to settle down in a loaf on my knees. And she looked angry because that's Scout. So basically she stood there for a while. And it's really not comfortable because, I mean, she's not a very heavy cat, but she's still like 10 pounds of cat. Squishing the joints and she didn't want to move. And I was like, dude, what are you doing? How is that comfortable? It shouldn't be. Hey, Jill, thank you so much for being here. Have a great weekend. Oh, good luck with the house cleaning. Sounds like fun. You can do it. Oh yeah, Scout has an A plus, like triple grade frown face. It's like the most frowny cat I've ever had, because she's basically always have her eyes like that in that shape, and the pupil is always super dilated. We don't know why. So like she always looks like that, but she has, you know, these paler patches over both eyes, and in both cases there is a black stripe that goes through it that does this. So she always looks frowny or angry. Always. The only time she does not is whenever her eyes are not in this like capital D shape. Like whenever she gets her eyes a bit more open, she looks a bit more like a normal cat, less frowny. But that doesn't happen a lot. Like, not often. Well, he used to be Boba Fett, but he's huge. Not just fat, but he's twice the size of my Siamese. Oh wow, so that's a big cat. Like not a fat cat, a big cat. Oh no, you fell asleep, sunny day. I hope it was a good nap. I know how to spring clean, I just don't wanna. Yeah. Yep. I can get that. Dominic says just Google fruits in Animal Crossing, and I know there's a limited assortment of fruits in New Horizons, but apparently in New Leaf that had other varieties like lychees, durians, lemons, bananas, mangoes, and persimmons. Oh, they really kept the most boring ones for this game. Like, I'm sorry, but oranges, peaches, cherries, pears, and apples, they're not the most exciting ones. Like when you can have lychees, durians, lemons. Well, lemons is not super fancy, but mango, persimmons, that would be really cool. Boba Fett. Well, Boba Fett is a play on the name Boba Fett, which is a Star Wars who is a Star Wars character, in case people don't get it or don't know. Alright, so I kind of have to go to the bathroom and drink some water, so I think I'm gonna call this one off here. It was a weird, sketchy stream, but it was quite fun to chat about tea and Animal Crossing stuff, and great thanks to the patience of everyone who's not familiar with the game and is like, what are they talking about? What is that? But yeah. So announcements wise, what is there? Nothing really much to know. We have the Discord server there still if you want to join up in there and continue chatting with people in the chat, because it's like a chatting server. So you follow the link in the description, and if you don't have an account, it's gonna take you through the process of it. And it's really easy to do and straightforward, and then you can log on there and come chat with us. And there's a few other links in the description if you're curious about this stuff. I've put up a small shop to sell some originals. If you have any specific interest in any previous originals that you've seen, by all means, hit me up. Like I'm not looking to keeping all of my art that I ever do, because first of all it takes a lot of room, and then it takes up space to create more art. So yeah, I'm perfectly fine with selling stuff. What else? Oh, I'm glad you guys enjoyed the stream. Yeah, it's a really nice and welcome kind of event during the week where we all get to hang out together and chit chat about stuff and take our minds off the less fun stuff and focus on the really fun stuff, like tea and fruits and all kind of shenanigans. Yeah, Lisa's put all the links in the chat if you want to check it out. A great big thank you to my moderators, Lise, aka Pru, Otto, and Heather was there earlier too. So yeah, if you want to see what Otto has, a channel that you guys probably know about, but if you don't, you have to go check it out. Lise and Heather, they post fun pictures on the Discord server, so that's where you can catch up with them. So have a great weekend, everyone. I will give hugs to the cats for you. They're sleeping in the laundry pile. So yeah, have a great weekend, stay safe, wash your hands, and see you all next week. Bye bye.